What's happening, Canes fam? A little late on this one. Has been a little bit busy with work and everything, but y'all know I don't like to miss a chance to celebrate a new Cane, especially when it's someone in the trenches. Y'all know how much we love adding guys in the trenches, so I had to do a live stream for Marquel Bell, the newest Miami Hurricane commit, 4-star offensive lineman from junior college, a absolute mountain of a young man. Just adding to the Great Wall of Mirabal. Like, I love that it's gotten that moniker, and then you see the size of the young men he's been able to recruit. When you look at Juan Minaya, Derek Plaz, Nino Francavilla, just absolute beast. Kavion Broussard, just large gentlemen. Let me look up the class right now. 2024 recruiting class. Let me look this up. The sheer size of the offensive line alone is just insane. So you got the newest Miami Hurricanes commit, Markel Bell, 6'8 and a half, 340. 6'8 and a half, 340. 4-star offensive tackle. Then you got Derek Plaz, the homie from Mandarin, 6'5", 289. And I don't even know if that's current. Plaz a big dude. Big, strong dude. Big and agile, too. A lot of these guys, they're big, but they're really agile and athletic. I love that about the class. Kavion Broussard, offensive tackle, 3-star offensive tackle from Zachary, 6'6", 276. Arms for days. Wicked wingspan on him. Just another freak of an athlete. Quick, agile. I think he's like a former tight end too. So, and I believe he's a basketball player as well. So you can see that on his tape. Kavion Broussard I'm talking about. Then you got the door. They call this man the door because I believe it's at his high school, he couldn't fit through some of the doors. He's that big. 6'6", 335 is what 24/7 has him listed as. 3-star offensive lineman, and another guy that has that wicked versatility and that agile athleticism that you love to see in a big guy. I think Juan plays inside right away, but then can kick back outside. He's got that versatility. And then Nino, 6'3", 293, your field general at center. Nino is just going to be an absolute beast. That's Matt Lee 2.0. But the guy we're here to talk about, but it's just that size is why I wanted to mention the rest of the class as well. But 6'8 and a half, 340, like it. We should just call him the Mountain. Like, you know, football players be having cool nicknames. His should be the Mountain. He's just a mountain of a man. From the junior college ranks, the number 1 offensive tackle in junior college. Just an absolute beast. And like I said, adding to the depth in that room, adding to the depth in the offensive line class with a big monster tackle like this. Like, I like that we got guys that are big and that are versatile and that could probably play inside. And then you see Mirabal just like, all right, now I just want a mountain. I just want a colossal human being who can also move. It's one of the things I do like about Marquel Bell is that he can also move. It's that, to me, that's just that, it's that Mirabal flavor, that Mirabal style of offensive line. It's size, athleticism. He has the intelligence, but he also likes what he calls aliens, guys that can be versatile. Hey, King David in the building. What's up, bro, Chacho? Celebrating the newest Canes commit, man. Another absolute monster of a human being. Marquel Bell, who's just a monster human being. Like, there's no other way to really say it other than, 6'8", 340 is an absolute monster of a human being. So Mirabal, what he's done on this offensive line is what I was saying earlier, David, is just it's really neat because it's guys with size, but it's also those guys with size that can move. Like, Juan Manaya, when me and him spoke, he talked about being able to move inside, and he's got that agility, that lateral quickness, that ability to pull with speed and power. And you got Derek Plaz, a big physical offensive tackle, but that also has that agility, that athleticism that could kick inside as well. Nino Francavilla probably is going to end up playing all three positions in the interior offensive line. He's got that kind of intelligence, that kind of high football IQ, and a guy that used to be a defensive tackle. Like Harvard had Nino signed to play defensive tackle, so he has that tenacity, that grit that you love to see. And then you just see Mirabal go, all right, I got my versatility, my aliens. Now I'm just going to get a mountain. I'm just going to get a massive person who can also move. Markel Bell is an absolute beast. He's going to have two. He's going to have 2 years to play. He's going to have 2 years of eligibility, which is dope. Obviously, and still could redshirt too. So don't count that out. But I love it, man. I love his size. I love his athleticism. Just, bro, you can't beat 6'8.5". Great question, Brody. So let's go. So we got, let's see if I can get this right off the top of my head before I look. Juan Manaya, Derek Plaz, Nino Francavilla. Close my eyes so I don't look. Kavion Broussard, Markel Bell, 5. I think it's just the 5. So let's see if I'm right. Markel Bell, excuse me, Derek Plaz, Kavion Broussard, Juan Manaya, Nino Francavilla. We got 5. We have 5 so far in this class. And I love what we've done. It's like what I've loved what they've done at linebacker, that versatility, those guys that can play a little bit of everywhere. Every linebacker we got in this class, they could also be classified as a different position and still be as highly rated. Like if Vincent Shavers was a safety, he'd still be a 4-star safety. If he was, more so a rush linebacker, he'd be a 4-star rush linebacker. If Cameron Pruitt wanted to be a safety, if Cameron Pruitt wanted to be a receiver, he'd be a 4-star receiver. Just, I love the versatility that they got in this class. Same with guys like Isaiah Thomas, Dylan Day. Dylan Day could be a 3-star corner, safety, nickel, receiver. Dylan Day is so underrated at receiver. He's 24. You talking about Francavilla? Nino Francavilla? Francavilla is 24. From Cheshire Academy, the center. I had him on the channel. We did an interview with him. He was full of energy, full of charisma. He reminds me of like he has that Mirabal energy. Like he reminded me a lot of like what I see when I watch Mirabal clips and interviews. Nino, he's gonna be a special one. I like Nino's, like I was speaking to earlier. I like his toughness. I like his grit. He's a former defensive tackle. Like that's why he was signed to go to Harvard. So, man, he has that grit, but then he also has the high football IQ and the ability to be a general of the offensive line, to be a second quarterback out there on the field. So, high hopes for Nino. Oh, you're talking about Tenelau. Tenelau is on campus. He should be. I think he's just redshirting. Yeah, I think Tenelau is just redshirting. He's a freshman this year. Yeah, he's probably just redshirting. Man, have you seen, if you haven't seen Frankie Tenelau's film, I want him to play defensive line. Duh, he is powerful. Speaking of powerful, the man that we are here to talk about, one of the most powerful offensive line, one of the most powerful players we have in the class. Again, 6'8", 340. Before we get into his tape, I'm gonna go over my review that I did for Mr. Bell. But what I like about Bell the most, to be honest, is a guy that big. He's got some quickness to him. He's got some movement to him. He's got some athleticism. I really like that. So what I wrote for Markel Bell was powerful, agile, people mover. Bro, people mover. I should have put that in caps with a bunch of exclamation points. He moves people. Strong in pass pro, uses hands effectively to control defensive linemen. Beast at down blocking. Oh yeah, there's like a play. So these are newer highlights too. So I may play both of these highlights because there's a play where when I wrote that down, like when I write down these cues, or if I say like agile, I'll write agile, and then I'll wait to check it 3 times before I say he's agile because I asked him, I want to see it more than once. I remember on that note where I put people mover, putting a bunch of exclamation points. So I'll do that from time to time when I'm evaling somebody and they do something that's crazy. I'll exclamation point the mess out of it. So I know in the future like that I'm telling myself that like, yo, this one particular trait was absolutely insane. So if you see like on Harper on catch radius, it was like exclamation points because he probably did something crazy on a few routes, and I was like, dude, its catch radius is insane. But back to Bell, a beast at down blocking, monster in the run game, clears running lanes, quick feet, finishes blocks, plays with tenacity, strong first punch, beast in short yardage situations. Hey, what's happening? Is that the Artavius Jones in the chat? Hey, shout out to the Brody. Let me find out bro is here in the chat. That's the homie. Hey man. we gotta do that video. We talked about it. We gotta do that someday. One of the if we talking about absolutely ridiculous athletes in the class, Artavius Jones is insane. It don't make no sense to be as good as Artavius Jones is. If you have not seen Artavius Jones's film, y'all, it's insane. Hey, shout out to our bro, 4-star defensive tackle, Artavius Jones. Easily one of the most ridiculous athletes you will see. So I'll tell you a quick story before we get into Marquel Bell's film. Before I watched Artavius, I'll tell you about when Joe and Ben did, because I watched him already. And I did an eval for him after he did his visit, and we were doing a thing called You Heard Reviews at the time. So we would watch Hudl's. Joe and Ben watched Artavius Jones's Hudl. They were recording one of these episodes, and I was at work late one night. It was like 7 o'clock. No, it wasn't. It was during the day. I think it was during the day. So Ben calls me while I'm at work. They were still recording this. They was like, CB, they just lined him up at tight end. Bro, what is this tape? And I just fell out laughing because I told them, I was like, look, when you watch it, there's going to come a point in his tape when you're going to believe that this is not real. And it's real. When I say he has the footwork, the quickness of like a slot receiver, they literally threw him a screen. And when I say threw him a screen, it's not like they put him out there to give him a glory play. Like, bro is an offensive weapon. So you can imagine having that kind of agility, that kind of lateral quickness, that kind of athleticism, and then put him inside against offensive guards. Bro, when I say no chance, first step, insanely quick, the multiple moves that he has. And I think it's because he comes from hoops and has a different way of attacking pass rushing. He has pass rush moves that I don't think normal guards are ready for. Like, you see him do hesitation moves, and it's like, bro did a crossover, and like, it's, if you have not seen Artavius Jones's film, is what I'm getting to, you really need to watch it. There is a reason that when he signed, like, me, Ben, and Joe was just over the moon, because easily should be a 5-star defensive tackle. Bro has no business being that good. Like, he that young and he that athletic, dog. It don't make sense because we don't be good at one thing as good as Artavius is good at a lot of things. Like, he could just be a 4-star basketball player. Like, you're not supposed to be that good at multiple things, but that's what makes you a 4-star athlete. And it really should be a 5-star. Hey, you're welcome. You know it's true. I'm not saying nothing you don't already know. That boy bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you don't believe me, go watch the film. Just watch the film. Yeah, shout out to our guy. Hey, people be, what defensive tackle this? I'm like, we got Artavius Jones, y'all are watch the film. So this is Artavius Jones being humble because he's humble. Tell him why your film isn't as good. It's because he's triple teamed. He's triple teamed, double teamed, and if they're not triple teaming him, they're double teaming him with a back in the backfield to make sure after he beats the double team, there's a back to pick him up. It's because there isn't an offensive coordinator in on his schedule that is not screaming at his offensive line all week. I don't care if you don't block nobody. If y'all got a 5-way block this dude, that's why. But I bet you what you see on his film this year is everybody else around him eating even more because he's going to command that kind of attention. So imagine when you put him with Ruben Bain. Who you doubling? Who you going to double there? You can't double nobody. Oh, it's going to be nasty in the future. It's going to be nasty in the future. Oh, absolute dog. Absolute dog. We flipped out the night he committed. I ain't going to lie to you. Hey, the battles, we ready to see it. The battles at Green Tree. Artavius versus Marquel Bell is going to be absolutely insane. Yeah, he's... All right, so people don't like hearing this, but all right, so you can't watch Warren Sapp and then watch Artavius Jones and tell me there ain't no correlation. And I'm going to just leave that at that. Like, come on now. You know it's true. Bro, boys is eating. Scholarships have been had this year based off your double teams. But that's what makes an impact player an impact player. It's not just what's on the stat sheet. Like you look at a guy like Branson Dean, who's been playing his tail off all year. Doesn't have 10 sacks so far, but him getting constant penetration, him beating his one-on-ones, him causing havoc in the backfield constantly is you as an offensive lineman, you have to take the immediate threat if it's inside. So you see guys on the outside able to eat, and then if you're going to say, okay, I'm not going to let the guys on the outside eat, I'm going to double Ruben Bain, then you leave an Artavius Jones, you leave a Branson Dean one-on-one, you leave a Leonard Taylor one-on-one. Offensive guards can't deal with that kind of power and speed. It's not fair. Trust me. They do things you're not supposed to be able to do. You watch film like that and you start to ask yourself, like, how does anybody block them? There's people on his tape that I felt bad. I told him this, and I told Artavius this. After I watched this film, I was like, I feel bad for some of the people that had to block you because I watched the fear. And you know when you can see a fear in somebody's eyes through tape, you know it's real fear. You see somebody instantly realize that they've bit off more than they can chew. And let me tell you somebody that bit off more than they can chew. Everybody that lined up in front of Marquel Bell. 6'8", 340, monster. Like, just get off me, and then I'm going to lay on top of you. That hurt. What I love about him, though, is extending them arms. Check him out. Smaller defensive end, somebody that can probably get under him, extend my arms, and just ragdolled him. He just ragged. What I like about big offensive linemen like this is when they do get their hands on a speedy defensive end, just absolutely ragdoll them. Bro, that man huge. That man huge. 6'8", 340. Now, so we said 6'8", 340, right? Keep the lateral quickness here. They gonna pull the big fella. Check him out. Find somebody, drive that boy to the whistle. You're not supposed to move like this at 6'8", 340. Bro, what do you do when a man that powerful? See, offensive linemen too, when they can get to the second level and get their hands on a DB or a linebacker, that's just Christmas. That's like gift wrapped in a Maserati for the bro. But to be that big and to be this agile, to be this athletic, so I love this here. Immediate threat inside. I'm gonna go ahead and get some hands on him. Just give him a little help. Try to play a little stunt, but he passed it off beautifully. And then again, I'm gonna use my long arms. Never going to allow you to get inside. Never going to allow you to bend. It's something that's really hard to do when you're 6'8". You got somebody that can get under your pads, that can dip and rip, that can bend. It's hard to get down there, bro. You 6'8". You know what I'm saying? You up there. It's hard to get down there. But I love this athleticism. I'm gonna give the punch to the threat inside, pass off perfectly, great pocket. Quarterback never even knew it happened. Never knew it happened. I don't know. That's a big dude to put inside, bro. He has the athleticism. You saw it there when he pulled, but that's a big dude to put inside. But you see him in space. He does do well in space. A big dude like this that's not just like shoes of cement is crazy. And then again, see, you gonna try to bend and try to get up under him, right? Too powerful. That's when, okay, so if I can't get down there with you, because you got incredible bend, you're a good athlete, you've got good leverage on me. That's when you just use my power. Raw hand strength. Bend all you want, bro. I'm just gonna toss you to the ground. I love that ability to adapt. Like Will said, who can get past that wingspan? You got a wingspan like that, and you have that athleticism to get back in your drop step. And now look, he gonna block him out the frame. He gonna block that man out the frame. That's that tenacity I'm talking about. That high motor on offense. Blocking till the whistle. Block that boy till they say don't. He blocked him out the frame. He erased him. Thanos snapped that boy. Being Thanos snapped. I don't know. That may be the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a defensive player or a defensive lineman. Because like as a receiver, I'd say getting mossed by a DB like back in the day. Like if a DB would ever like moss me on a jump ball or in practice, that's like the most embarrassing thing that could possibly happen to you, other than just being destroyed over the middle. But that kind of comes with the territory, especially with a smaller guy when you play in the slot. I played in the slot, so like I was going to get destroyed across the middle. That was just my job. But to beat Thanos, and I'm calling it Thanos now, to be blocked to the point where you're out of a frame, I would imagine that has to be the worst feeling for a defensive player. He Thanos'd him. That probably has to be the worst feeling. Look at the footwork. Look at the football IQ there. Sees the stunt, understands. Oh, I love this here. Tried to bait him. Now, they probably could have sold this better too, if I'm being completely honest with you. But still, look at the head movement. He notices you up to something. Sees the threat inside. Gotcha. Beautiful work from these two. That is absolute beautiful work from these two. Clean pocket. Hell of a catch. Is he still going? Okay, this play all the way around. This was solid. So great job here. Oh, both sides. This is a very well coached team. Peep the pass off on the right side too. I love this. Beautiful. Gave him a good pocket. Jump ball. Gonna let my athlete go up and get it. He scored on this. When this ball was in the air, if I told you he came down with this and scored, would you believe me? If I told you he came down with this football and then he scored. But what's really important about this play is our new commit, our 4-star offensive lineman. You love that head movement. You love that football IQ, that ability to see that stunt, not get fooled, give his quarterback a great pocket, and it leads to a big play. Sometimes you got to give your playmakers a chance, and that starts up front with the offensive line. In the red zone here, I'm just going to down block a man 10 yards away from where he lined up. Move people. He actually, in the process, moved other men. He basically moved all these people because he was moving a man. So by blocking him, he essentially blocked about 3 people. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Get on the edge there. Once I get my hands on you. Donezo. Got that breastplate. Gonna drive him to the ground. Pain. Yeah, this is the mountain. We're just gonna call him the mountain now. Ooh, love it. Love it. Get to the second level. That's absolutely beautiful. Solid technique there from the young M. Mirrorball's going to have a field day with him. The battles at Green Tree are just going to be legendary. Again, Thanos, another man, blocked him clean off the screen. See ya. It's got a quicker guy inside. Gonna give the help. One hand. Ref probably could have called that, but it's cool. He just kind of let him get mauled. Ref didn't care about that dude. Come get somebody at the second level. Find somebody to block. I love that too. Doesn't block space. Doesn't block space. Gonna find somebody to block. That is a massive human being, dog. Could you imagine just being like a normal person? Again, you see that? That's what I was talking about earlier. So you got a speedy defensive M. Tries to use his bend to get up under him. No, I'm just going to use my power. To the ground you go. That's not technically being Thanos because he's still in the picture, but again, null and void. He's out of the play now. He just Thanos somebody here. He's still blocking this young man. That is insane. That grit, that tenacity, that high motor, that ability to go, keep driving his feet. Again, smaller guy's going to try to use his bend. I'm just going to sit you down. Have a seat, dog. Take this play off. You know what I'm saying? Relax. You're done. Love it. Oh, Mirrorball's going to have a field day with him. Look at the feet. Get out there. Quick. Again, try to use your bend. Long arms. That's another thing with that bend. Those long arms, he can reach out and touch you. And let me tell you something. If this big boy reach out and touch you, it's over. It's just over. It's going to be a battle between him and Pancake next season. Him, Pancake, McCoy? Oh, man, the competition in that room? What? And if y'all think Plaza and them ain't coming in trying to get some playtime somewhere, come on now. Them boys competitors. That room is going to be super competitive. I love it. Compete. Iron sharpens iron. The best man wins. Ooh. Give the help with the punch. That's beautiful. See the game. See the stunt. Pick it up. I see why Mirrorball likes him. He's not just a brute. He's got that football IQ. He's got that intelligence that you love seeing. I firmly understand why Mirrorball likes the young beast, Marquel Bell, 4-star offensive tackle. Miami's got a pretty good class so far. 11th ranked class right now. I love our class, man, from top to bottom. Like, let me just say that. And I know it's like, oh, you're being a homer. First of all, I don't live there, so you can't really call me a homer. Although I've been called a homer before, and I'm like, how am I a homer? I don't live there. I live in Texas. Can't be a homer. I mean, I guess I can be, but whatever. All right, so we're going to look at the class real quick. I'm terrible about keeping that overlay on there. Let's zoom in here so y'all can see this a bit better. All right. So from top to bottom, we have... So they got him as a 4-star. We know he's a 5-star, and we are going to classify him as a 5-star because he is a 5-star. What was your question about TVD? What was your question about TVD? No, I will answer that. I will take all questions. This will be the last stream for a little bit. I know I said that already. We're moving. There's boxes everywhere. There's boxes everywhere. But I'll be back probably a couple weeks once I get set up. Then we will be back with streams. Yeah, what was your question about TVD? I'll take any questions. Oh, I'm taking all questions. But to run down the class, Zaquan Patterson, the 5-star safety from Shaman Madonna. Just the gem of the class, or I don't know. I'm gonna say this about a lot of people. One of the gems of the class. probably the best safety in the country, if the best safety in the country. Like, let's keep it a buck. Who gonna be back there with Zaquan next season? Zaquan, Markeith, um, Jaden Harris, my dog, um, Caleb Spencer. I'm looking at Zaquan as, to be honest, I'd play him where Corey Couch is right now. I'd play him at the star, because Zaquan can do a little bit of everything. Zaquan can play nickel. He can just play corner. He'd be a 5-star corner. He can play safety. He can play in the box, single high, whatever you need. Cover two. Zaquan, football player. So I'd put him in that Corey Couch star position and let him do a little bit of everything. Let him cover slots. Let him blitz. Let him be in the box to help with run support. But then you can also, throw him up there if you need a safety in the back end. I love Zaquan. 5-star safety, beast, every bit of a 5-star football player. 4-star defensive end, Marquise Lightfoot from Kenwood Academy, 6'5", 220. Wingspan is insane. Just insane. Just an absolute ridiculous pass rusher, an elite pass rusher. Multiple moves in his toolbox. Strong against the run as well. Great bend. Quick. Just an absolute menace. He uses those long arms really well too. Marquise Lightfoot is just an absolute dog. One of the newest commits, 4-star receiver, Nye Carr from Colquitt County, 5'11", 168, electric, elite speed, jump balls, wins them. They're 80-20 for him. Dynamic with the football in his hand, just an absolute ridiculous returner. He's a game changer with the football in his hands, his Nye Carr, but he is a complete receiver. He's not just a speedster. He runs a full route tree, runs crisp routes. He's got good hands, knows how to get open. Like Nye Carr is a complete receiver. And while we're on complete receivers, the next guy on this list, another gem of this class, Josiah Trader. JoJo. Y'all saw me the night he committed. If y'all weren't here that night, that video's on the channel. I think I was like head moshing or whatever they call it. Shaking my dreads quite a bit. I was jumping up and down. I was screaming. I was so hyped for the night that when we got JoJo. 5-star receiver from Chaminade Madonna, which is my favorite school name. Chaminade Madonna just sounds cool to me. Just an absolute playmaker, a complete receiver, a bona fide number one. He is in every sense of the word. JoJo is a number one. Elite route runner, elite hands, high points to football. He's got the bunnies, wins 50-50 balls, nasty at the goal line. His release off the jam is incredible. Footwork, incredible. Explosive out his breaks. Can do it all. There is nothing on the route tree that he doesn't excel at. And just truly elite hands. Who do I think will be the quarterback next year? Honestly, it's a cop-out, but I honestly don't know. I really don't. I don't think TVD will be here next year. I don't know if he'll be in the league, but I don't think he'll be here next year. I would love to see TVD just finish out this year strong and put more on tape for the league. But I feel like TVD, for as good as he's been, I don't feel like this is the tape he wants to show the NFL, because he's better than what he's shown in these past few weeks. And I would hate for that to be the film that he shows the NFL, because that's why we're frustrated, because we know he can be better than this. That's why I don't want to. I know a lot of people just are coming down on him really hard, and it's okay when someone's not playing as well to say that. But we've seen A&M TVD, we've seen TVD be better than this, so I don't want this to be the film he gives the NFL. That could just be me putting that energy out into the universe. I've never talked to the dude, so I don't know how he feels about it, but I don't want this to be the tape TVD shows the NFL, because I know TVD is better than this, better than what we've seen the past 3 weeks. Could be. The portal is very unpredictable. But it could be. I don't rule out him coming back though. Again, I think TVD wants to show or prove that that's not these past 3 games is not the TVD we've seen. Oh, shout out to my guy Luke. That's the bro right there. Man, that's my guy. 2025. Back to this class, but hilarious. He's got good grades. He probably could. But nah, I mean, Shannon Dawson, I trust him. He's a quarterback coach. He's a quarterback guy. They'll be fine. I trust him. We've seen what Emery can do. Y'all know how I feel about Ja'Cory Brown. I love Ja'Cory Brown. Y'all know how I feel about Judd the Stud. That's my guy. So continuing down the list, 4-star running back from Tuscaloosa County, Kevin Riley. Joe likes to say, if that's not 5-star tape, no running back has 5-star tape, and I tend to agree. Probably the best running back in the class. I don't know what you want me to say. Vision, balance, speed, patience, ability to be a dynamic receiver out the backfield, pass pro, being a smart football player and understanding how to pick up blitzes. And Kevin Riley is just a complete package at running back. There's nothing I can say that his film won't just, you know what I mean? Like, he's really good at football. I don't know how else to say that. Kevin Riley is just elite. Here's another dude that is hard to describe. Chance Robinson, 4-star receiver from St. Thomas Aquinas. Just a dog, just a bona fide number 1 receiver. Elite route runner, elite hands, touchdown machine, absolute weapon in the red zone. Just a playmaker. He's got that clutch gene that when you need it most, Chance Robinson will get it for you. 4-star tight end from Bishop Gorman, Elijah Lofton, who can just do everything. Like, Bro could probably be a running back if he wanted to. He's just that athletic. Also a wicked blocker too, but as an offensive weapon, Elijah Lofton can just do it all. Our guy from Bluntstown, the juggernaut, as we call him, Artavius Jones, 6'3", 280, which I don't know if that's current. 24/7 is not usually current. 4-star defensive tackle. Another gem of the class, y'all. Another one of those guys that I can say these things, but it doesn't do it justice. He's good at football. Athletic, quick, tenacious, powerful. One of those dudes that can change the complexity of a game from the interior of the defensive line. And we all know how rare that skill set is. So when you find someone like that, you know how special that is. That Aaron Donald, those guys that can affect the game and that can be an effective pass rusher from the interior are just, they're gold mines. So when you find a guy like that, you snap him up. Yes, Artavius is an athletic freak. Shout out to Artavius. He's in the chat. So you just said he's listening. But he knows this. I told him this. The first time I watched this film, I DM'd him. I was like, bro, I feel bad for people that you play against. And I was like, I really want you to be a Cane. I never asked players if they're going to commit. Like, he'll tell you, I don't think I ever asked him, like, are you going to commit? I didn't ask Luke. I interviewed Luke the week he committed. And I dropped it the day before he committed. I had no idea that he was going to. I never asked him. I just, you know what I'm saying? That's not my business. If they tell me, they tell me. But you know what I'm saying? We talk about football. We talk about all kind of stuff. But I never really asked, like, hey, when you committing? I'll ask, like, do you know, like, a time frame? But I won't ask them, like, are you committing to Miami or nothing like that? That's not my business. That's their business. Sometimes they just tell you, but you know, I don't ask. Booker Pickett Jr., 4-star edge from Wharton, the young man that had 30 sacks in a season. I don't know what else I can say about this. Elite pass rusher. When I talk about bend, absolute nasty off the edge. Receiver like speed coming off the edge. That's him in a nutshell. Elias Rudolph again. So 3 top 10 pass rushers, or 3 top 25 pass rushers in this class. Elias Rudolph being another one of them. 4-star edge from Taft. Bend insane, length insane, explosive, quick first step, a menace. He's just a menace. Like, I would imagine playing quarterback against him by the 4th quarter, you're just like, dog, him again? Like, Jesus Christ. My dog, Cameron Bobby Pruitt, 4-star linebacker from Theodore. Could be a 4-star safety, could be a 4-star receiver, honestly. Could be a 4-star edge rusher, could probably be a 4-star corner. Versatile. He can do everything. You can literally just play him at free safety. You can play him at strong safety, outside linebacker, rush linebacker. He can cover tight ends, backs out the backfield, receivers in the slot, receivers on the outside. Like, Cameron Bobby Pruitt can do everything. He's just a football player. Probably one of the most underrated recruits in the country is Ryan Mack. Safety, corner, DB, ball hawk. Elite ball skills. This dude is a shutdown defensive back. I don't know why he has not been upgraded to his 4th star. He literally is one of the best DBs in the class. Don't watch the ranking. Go watch his film and tell me if I'm lying. Ask all them receivers in South Florida that got to deal with Ryan Mack if he not the real deal. That boy bad. Derek Plaz, 6'5", 289 from Mandarin. Big, physical, athletic, long. Can play inside, can play outside. Long arms, tenacious, and a student of the game. Derek Plaz is a student of the game of football, and that's why he's going to be successful. That, and he's huge. He's just a massive person. Another massive person. Another homie, 6'6", 276, Kavion Broussard from Zachary. Absolute monster, long arms, physical. Used to play, I believe he used to play tight end. So he's got that lateral quickness, got good footwork. He's got that athleticism. When we talk about athletes, Romanes, OJ, Frederic Jr., ball skills like a receiver because he is a former receiver. Can play corner or safety. Just an absolute ball hawk. And someone who's only going to get better at DB the more he plays it, former receiver. But already you can see the groundwork for a special defensive back with OJ. Another homie, Isaiah Thomas, 4-star safety from Clearwater Academy in Florida. Safety, linebacker, star backer, rush linebacker. Isaiah can do a little bit of everything, a lot of bit of everything, actually. He's one of those guys that's just great for your defense because he's great for personnel groupings because you can do so much with Isaiah. You need a box safety, he's there. You need a single high safety, he's there. You want to play cover 2, he's there. You need someone to cover backs out the backfield, tight ends in the slot, he's there. Another guy that can do that, another criminally underrated defensive back. Dylan Day should be a 4-star DB. Safety, corner, nickel, all of them. Ball skills, hits like he's 240. I'm not joking with you. That interview's on the channel too. And he loves hitting, loves being physical, loves the physicality of defense. He's a guy that I think is going to be an absolute star. The ambassador, 3-star quarterback, Judd Anderson from Warner Robins. I'm so proud of Judd. Dealt with adversity early in the season and showed like the heart of a lion, the someone who has that competitive edge, someone that is going to bet on themselves because they have that confidence, they have that strong will, and Judd has that. And Judd went to Warner and just absolutely balled out. He has been the comeback kid this year, just absolutely leading Warner to these phenomenal comeback games where he just turns into a gunslinger in the second half, and it's just beautiful to see Judd flourishing like that during his senior year. So shout out to the bro. Very proud of you, bro. Has had a great season. I'm just proud of him. Vincent Shavers, my dog. The very first interview I did on this channel. A 4-star linebacker. 24/7. We're gonna upgrade that. 4-star linebacker from Miami Central. Rush outside linebacker. Absolute thumper in the run game too. He's a beast against the run, but he's got that speed, that versatility to be nasty coming off the edge. Man, I can't wait to see how they use him because his ability to be a rush linebacker off the edge is just kind of insane. So I'm wondering how we use him. I would imagine how you see Wes Basaint being used. But Shavers, again, someone who could probably be a 4-star safety if he wanted to be too. Another, give Hellcat his 4th star. One of the baddest running backs in the class, Chris Wheatley-Humphrey from South Broward. Just elite, speed, electric, offensive weapon. He can just do it all with the football in his hands. He's just must-see TV. That's the best way I can describe Chris Wheatley-Humphrey. He's must-see TV with the football in his hands. The Door, Juan Minaya, 6'6", 335. Been talking about him all night. Absolute monster with the athleticism and that versatility that we love in our offensive linemen. Dalen Russell, another criminally underrated defensive lineman. Can play defensive end, can play defensive tackle, wicked pass rusher, but also just a monster against the run. Physical, powerful, long arms, quick. Love Dalen Russell. He's going to be a beast. I think he's going to move to defensive tackle. But then again, why limit him, right? Play him a little bit of everywhere like Hakeem Mesidor. Nino Francavilla, he's going to become the heart and soul of that offensive line one day. He has a high football IQ. Like I said, former defensive tackle. So he's got that tenacity. He's got the smarts. And he is just an absolute beast. Like, he plays offensive line as if he's playing defense. And it's great to see. L in the building, my guy. What's happening, Brody? Going down the class. And last but not least, the best kicker in the class, Abram Murray. You know, y'all know how important it is to have dope kickers. We got an elite one on the squad right now with Andy. So shout out to Abram. Going to be the next elite kicker we have. I have interviewed a lot of this class. So out of the class on this channel, I have interviewed Pruitt, Plaz, Isaiah Thomas, Dylan Day, Vincent Shavers, Juan Manaya, Dalen Russell, Nino Francavilla. Yeah, I've interviewed a lot of them. And to be honest, as someone who has interviewed a lot of them and talked to a lot of the young men in this class, high character, high IQ young men who really do love this school. Like, they really did a great job getting the recruits that they got in this class. Like, you see the enthusiasm. Like, you see like Artavius on Twitter when somebody commit, or like when somebody like post their pictures, they all show up. They all show love to each other. And they got that same desire, that same like, bro, we want to hit the ground running. We want to compete. We want to come in now. Like, you saw Artavius in the comments earlier. He was like, he can't wait. He can't wait to come here and compete. What they've got in this class with athleticism, football IQ, and grit and want, like when you got elite athletes that still have that chip on their shoulder, come on now. That's how you build a program. That's how you build something that's sustainable. That's how you build championship culture, winning culture, is getting young men who hold themselves accountable, who are leaders on and off the field. And Markel Bell is one of those. 4-star offensive tackle. Welcome to the U. I'm not going to do the Dono version of it. I can't do that. Dono does the dopest welcome to the U. I can't do the welcome to the U like Dono, because nobody can do Dono like Dono. Plus, I've seen him do that welcome to the U live. Let me tell you something. It's impressive. Like, he be holding that thing. Man. Oh, I think we see Artavius Jones early. I think. Artavius Jones, Josh Horton, Burrows. Who else? I cannot wait to see Joshua Horton, by the way. Joshua Horton. People just sleep so hard on Joshua Horton. Horton and Artavius Jones in the middle. You have no answer for that. Imagine a package where you got Jaden Wayne and Ruben Bain on the outside. Then you got Josh Horton. And then you got Artavius Jones. Or you can just go all speed, where you can have Artavius Jones and Ruben Bain inside. And then you can go Marquise Lightfoot and Elias Rudolph on the outside. And it's just absolute ridiculous speed, which is just absolutely insane. Craziness, bro. You can get nasty with this defensive line if you just start thinking about some of the pieces that we already have and what's coming in with the class. Like, bro, a speed package that has Bain and Artavius Jones inside with Lightfoot and Elias Rudolph on the outside. Who's dealing with that? Who's dealing with Jaden Wayne, Ruben Bain, Josh Horton, and Artavius Jones? Or hell, you can mess around and bring down why am I blanking on his first name? Bryant, the outside linebacker, who I absolutely love. Why am I blanking on his first name? I don't know why I'm blanking on Malik Bryant. I lost Malik Bryant's first name in my head. You can bring Malik Bryant down as a rush outside linebacker, bring him down as a defensive end. You can bring down Bobby Washington as a defensive end. Dog, the personnel groupings with what we have on the roster and what's coming in, as far as pass rush situations go, it's just Lance Guidry's probably sitting there with all these names on the board, just thinking, dog, like, I wish I had more spots on the defensive line. I play a 7-man front. I play a 7-man front. Give me Bain, Wayne, Rudolph, Malik Bryant, Horton, Artavius Jones. You know what I'm saying? Give me a 6-man front. Collins Achiapong. I run a 10-man front and play single high safety, and just put Zaquan out there at safety, single high safety, cover all this, and we're gonna play a 10-man front. Me too. Moten's been doing pretty good. Moten's another one of those guys that he don't show up on the stat sheet. Moten is a space eater and a block eater. He eats up blocks in the middle. So when you got a guy like Moten in, you start to see the linebackers flowing real freely. You start to see them making plays, and that's because the offensive line can't get to the second level, because guys like Moten just absolutely eat up blocks, and you got to take the nearest threat inside. So if Moten is sitting there getting penetration and eating up blocks, got to address it. So guys like Moten are just unsung heroes because they're just not going to show up on the stat sheet. But when you watch, you're like, okay, I see why Kiko made this play right here. It's because center and guard are sitting there on Moten. So Kiko's just able to, guard can't get to the second level or center can't get to the second level. It's a lot of those unsung heroes you need on a defense, man. You need guys like Branson Dean that's just going to grind and constantly get penetration on every play. And cause that attention to the interior. That's why we were talking about earlier with why Artavius is such an important type of impact defensive lineman, because to be able to impact the pass rush that significantly from the interior, like, it adds a different dimension to your game. Because if we gotta pay attention to you in the middle, bro, we can't double Bain and Wayne on the edge, because we gotta have center and guard on this dude who, you know what I'm saying, who got receiver speed at defensive tackle. So then now your pass rushers they're one-on-one on the outside, and y'all done seen what it's like for Ruben Bain to be one-on-one with these offensive tackles. That boy threw a man. He got under somebody's pads and threw him. Hit that boy with a shot putted him. It's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Markel Bell, the newest Kane. That was my Markel Bell victory dance. Super, super happy to have just a big physical offensive lineman who's just a monster. A part of this class, the 11th ranked class according to 24/7 right now. And they're not done. Cristobal. But yeah, programming update. So there will be no live stream for the Florida State game. I'll actually be moving that day. So I'll probably be either moving or in the middle of moving when that game starts. Best believe I'm going to stop moving when the game starts. So no live stream. I'm hoping I'm only down for maybe a week or two. But after that, the content will come back. If I'm down longer than that, I do apologize. But we will be back, but there will be a small break. Not on Twitter or anything. So the content will still be there. I may do like small reactions to the game or something like that. Just like on my phone, just do like a quick short, just like, oh, this is what I thought of the game, situation like that. Now that I just thought about that out loud, I hadn't thought about that until just now. So I may still do something, post some YouTube shorts. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud and I'm coming up with ideas. But y'all know how I do. I'll brainstorm on Twitter. You guys will help me come up with cool stuff. I wouldn't have this channel if it wasn't for y'all. Y'all brainstormed this channel into existence. Y'all remember when I was on Twitch? Some people don't remember that. Do I think Bell will be a starter next year? I don't know. It'll be hard because Maui Noah on one side, McCoy or Pancake on the other. It's gonna be competitive. Like I said, y'all think Plow's coming in thinking he backing somebody up? They all gonna compete next year. It's gonna be competitive in the offensive line room. It's gonna be really competitive. I'm excited. If Matt Lee doesn't come back, I want to see what it looks like at center, Trip, or what does it look like there? Who maybe moves inside the center? It'll be interesting. I think we're gonna see a lot of interesting competitions next year. I think this year was a lot of seeing who would solidify their positions, like because we kind of had an idea on most positions. It was just like, is it going to be maybe one or two guys at like 2 or 3 spots? Next year during the spring, I think it's going to be a lot of competing at safety. It's basically wide open. It'll be a little bit open at corner. Depending on what happens at linebacker, it might be open. Defensive tackle, Artavius coming to play. Dalen Russell coming to play. Them boys want to get in the rotation. Josh Horton, Collins again. So I think it's going to be a lot of. I keep looking off. I do that when I think. I'm sorry. I'm weird. I think it's going to be a lot of competition next year in the spring. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see the young guns show up and compete, just like it was this year when guys like Maui Noah came in and was like, I'm going to get first team reps and just be a beast. Guys like Damari Brown showed up and showed out. Caleb Spencer. Remember how much noise Caleb Spencer made in the spring? Oh, my food's here. Food's here. All right. Actually, I'm kidding. I don't know if that's the food. I don't think that's the food. But yeah, so that's the update. I will keep everybody up to date with that though. But content won't stop on Twitter. I'll probably do some post game reactions. Film some shorts just to keep stuff posted on YouTube or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure something out. We'll figure something out together as a collective. But like, share, and subscribe. Well, sharing, I don't know. Yeah, the stream is almost up. You don't have to share it. But like and subscribe, man. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. YouTube be telling me like 80% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. I'm watching Miss CB walk towards me right now, either for battle. Oh, she just made a fighting stance. Y'all missed it, but she did like a karate stance. Y'all missed it because the camera can't see her, but she did do a karate stance at me. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to challenge her in battle for the food. Do I have to fight for my food? You ordered something different. You didn't tell me that. What'd you order? You did order Chinese. I probably would have got something different. No, I actually did want that because of those fries. What were they, Momsies? Oh, I didn't get the cool fries? Oh, I messed up my entire order, y'all. This is fantastic. This stream has gone to shambles, as most of these do towards the end. All right. So we're going to close it out there. I'm going to go eat and watch some Loki. For those of you that are Marvel fans or just nerds like me, it's Loki time. This is not the last time we will see each other. I will be back on stream soon. Hey, Chloe. What's up, mama? Y'all want to see the dog? You don't see her? Oh, she don't want to be seen. She jumped down. She doesn't want to be seen. I don't know why. She's being bashful. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Shout out to everyone that came and liked and shared it on Twitter. Like I said, the content will just be on pause for maybe a week or two until I get set up and figure things out in a new place. But yeah, we'll be back. And I'll probably do some shorts or something. If we get a commit, do a short or something. Maybe I'll go live from my phone if I don't have everything hooked up yet. And we could just hang out. I don't know. I'll figure something out. We'll figure it out together as a community, as fans. I know this looks weird. I'm scratching my dog who doesn't want to jump up here. She's being bashful. Sometimes she'll show up on stream, but right now she doesn't want to. Do you want to show yourself to the people who want to see you? Chloe? Chloe! You're making me look bad. Oh. She's making me look bad. You don't want to be on camera? Why do you do this? And then when I point the camera, see? Now she's going to jump down. Come on. Stop trying to be bashful. Come on. That's Chloe. See? She doesn't want to be on camera. I don't know why. Usually, it's weird, Mons. She won't. If I point the camera at her, she jumps down. She doesn't usually do that. I don't know. She don't like y'all. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Shout out to Marquel Bell, one of the newest Miami Hurricanes commits. Actually, the newest Miami Hurricanes commit. 4-star offensive lineman. 4-star offensive lineman. Another addition to the Great Wall of Mirrorball. Another great recruit to add to this 11th ranked class. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. As always, I love you. Have a wonderful night. Beat FSU, baby. It's FSU week. Beat them boys. I want to beat them. I do not want to hear that chant for 4 quarters. I want to shut them up. I want to win. I don't want to hear about TVD in the past 3 games. I want to beat them. It's beat FSU week, God damn it. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Beat FSU. Believe, and we can do it. I'm out.
I feel crazy.